No hejka, co tam, jak tam? Jack z tej strony. Witam w czymś, co może być już ostatnim odcinkiem Filarów Ziemi. Albo przedostatnim, zobaczymy jeszcze. Z sucharkiem oczywiście na początek. Jak nazywa się rozmowa wędkarzy? Pogawędka. Zaczynamy zabawę w detektywa. Musimy znaleźć połączenie między ojcem Jacka a biskupem Wayleranem. Także, no, patrzymy.
Bishop Wayleran is at the center of all this. Jack's father. If he was still with us, he could be our witness.
Maybe he still
Powiedział,
can.
co wiedział.
Mother says Wayleran was behind my father's death.
And she said he wasn't alone. There were 3 men responsible for your father's death.
No ale 2 z nich już nie
Bishop
żyje.
Wayleran, Percy Hamley, back then he was the sheriff of Shiring, and Prior James of
No,
Kingsbridge.
Prior James nie wiadomo, czy żyje, czy nie.
If they were all there, then they were all witnesses.
And only Wayleran's still alive.
Hardly a coincidence. Why would these 3 men work together to falsely accuse your father?
He was on the
Przypominam,
White Ship.
że
No
Percy
one
Hamley
survived that night. No one lived to tell the story.
zmarł otruty
Yes.
przez właśnie
He
Waylerana.
was the sole survivor.
And then they killed him. But why? And what about the ship?
Aha.
My father wanted to go to England. He was the only one who made it when the White Ship sank.
William Hamley's father? Now, what about Prior James?
So, what about Prior James and Wayleran?
Wayleran was not yet bishop when the hanging took place. He was archdeacon. Philip told me.
But James still had to do what Wayleran told him to?
I think that's very likely.
Percy Hamley was poisoned,
One less witness that knew about Wayleran.
and Wayleran probably wanted William to become Earl. He was easier to control than his father.
What about Regan Hamley? She survived.
She was taken to her townhouse in Winchester, and in her condition, she might not be able to help at all.
No tak, bo nawet chodzić nie może.
Why would Wayleran, Percy, and James be concerned about the White Ship?
The son and heir of King Henry was on board. So were other possible heirs and other members of the royal household.
Aha.
I heard that Stephen was supposed to be on the ship as well, but became ill. He was the only male heir. The only threats were the king's daughter Maud and her half-brother Earl Robert, and they've been at war ever since.
And your father, Earl Bartholomew. He was a threat. He tried to stop Stephen and paid for that with his life. Maybe my father saw something on the White Ship. Proof that Stephen was involved.
What about the king?
Stephen always claimed that it had been God's will that he was not on that ship. That he remained as the only male heir.
That wasn't God. I bet Stephen had a hand in the sinking of the ship.
Now imagine what would have happened if he had learned that someone survived. Someone who might have seen what really happened that night.
Ojciec Jacka.
If Stephen was responsible for the sinking of the White Ship, then he may have wanted the only witness of what really happened to disappear.
But he wouldn't have done it himself, of course.
No.
No nie. I tutaj mamy...
I wonder if my father ever learned why he was killed.
Przepraszam, król Stefan na biskupie.
If the White Ship is involved, then it's likely that Wayleran was told by King Stephen to murder your father.
But he was not king back then. Why would Wayleran listen to him?
He was promised to become bishop.
Of course.
Ręka myje rękę.
Remember, Bishop Henry is Stephen's brother, and back then he was already one of the most influential clerics in all of England.
But if Bishop Henry is in on all this, What chance do we have to turn this trial around?
It is a public trial. All we want is for Philip to go free. We find a witness to expose Waleran. Henry would have to play along to appear innocent.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
It's our best shot.
Co by tu jeszcze zrobić? Biały korab na
Waleran,
Walerana?
Percy, and James might have been working for those who sunk the White Ship.
Do you think the king told James to arrest my father?
No. I find it much more likely that James was instructed to frame your father by Waleran, his superior. As Archdeacon, Waleran was much more involved in politics than James would have been.
Hardly a coincidence that the king's heirs all died on that ship. Maybe my father knew what happened. James was the prior of Kingsbridge.
That's where they say your father stole the chalice, melted it and sold it.
But we know that's not true.
As we found it, Philip recognized the chalice.
But Bishop Henry wants a witness. The chalice isn't enough.
But it's an important lead for us. I think we're getting closer. Philip said that Prior James was an honest man. So perhaps Waleran forced him to falsely accuse your father.
Maybe.
That might explain why James was guilt-ridden. The monks still tell the stories about how James thought the devil was after him.
Prawda jest taka, że najlepszym świadkiem byłby przeor James, ale ja nie wiem, czy on żyje, czy nie żyje.
James claimed that your father had stolen the chalice and sold it. But instead, James himself hid it in Kingsbridge, in the crypt.
We found his scourge in a bed down there.
That secret chamber is important.
We're close.
Why was the chalice hidden? And by whom?
You said Prior James was full of regret. He probably couldn't just destroy the chalice. Not even after he used it to frame your father. It was the chalice of the Eucharist, after all. And a token for what he did.
No tak, no po prostu go schował.
Everyone thought Prior James was dead. That he broke into the ice. And now we know he was hidden away.
Why did his monks believe he was dead?
Sub-Prior Remigius told everyone he had found James' rosary by the river. So everyone thought the body had been washed away. They buried an empty casket.
But how is Remigius involved?
Philip told me that Remigius was there when Waleran made Philip prior. Waleran and Remigius knew each other.
That explains why Waleran later made Remigius prior of Shiring.
And Remigius recognized my mother when we arrived in Kingsbridge. He must have been there at the time my father was arrested. I think Remigius knows all about this.
Is it possible that Waleran told Remigius to make Prior James disappear when James began to talk about what they'd done?
When James started talking to the devil.
But for some reason, Remigius hid him away. But Waleran never knew. Yes, that explains why he really didn't believe you. When you said you had seen James in the fire.
Where James died after all. And Remigius thought no one knew.
We have to find Remigius. He's our witness.
Let's hurry. It's getting dark already. The trial will continue soon.
Tak
People
myślałem.
know you two. You shouldn't walk around shiring like that.
He's right.
I'll go look for him.
All right. Take care of yourself. And Jonathan,
Yes?
we will talk later about what was said today. About Tom.
All right. Remigius, now where are you?
No właśnie, czyli tak jak myślałem, tak jak mówiłem w poprzednim odcinku, no przeczuwałem to, że Remigius jest rzeczywiście osobą, która o tym wszystkim wiedziała. O Jamesie i tak dalej. Odejdźmy do stosu.
No one may approach the pyre.
Why not?
Bishop Henry's orders.
All right.
Coś wiedzą? Aha, nie mogę, nie ma już ich, dobra. Tu tłum przed katedrą. A, tu jeszcze jest kilka miejsc,
Do
dobra.
you want to go in, Father?
No, not yet. Thank you.
Are you not with Prior Philip?
Yes, I am.
I pray they'll set him free.
He's a good man.
He is a heretic!
You're fools! Look at yourselves! Who are you to judge a man who has never hurt anyone?
Forgive them, Father.
We don't judge him, but God will!
Okej. Ucieka.
Remigius? I don't think he's here.
Jest, jest.
Wait, was that him? I think I saw him.
Z Timothym uciekają do kościoła. Mężczyzna z dzieckiem. To jest Alfred.
Have you seen a priest walk through here? Father Remigius?
No, sorry, I haven't.
All right.
Hey,
Yes?
you're Jonathan, right?
Yes, I am. And who are you?
Never mind, but there's something you should know.
Okej.
Tom Builder. He left you behind because your mother died. He had no way to feed you. He thought he had no other choice.
How do you know all this?
He went looking for you an hour later, but you were gone. And when he finally found you in Kingsbridge, he was there for you ever since. But he thought he'd lost the right to be your father.
Just who are you?
Just remember what I said. I pray they won't burn Philip. He's a good man.
Can we go home, Daddy?
Yes. Let's go home.
I do kościoła, gdzie się ukrył Remigius.
Hello? The door's open. Is anyone there?
Martwię się, że Jonathanowi może się coś stać, powiem wam szczerze. Zabiją go.
Our bishop is very
O ja pierdzielę.
No! What are you doing?
I'm doing what is asked of me.
Timothy to wyprany łeb ma, nie?
Stop it!
Okej, udało się.
No, stay away. This does not concern you. No,
Who told you to do this?
no one.
Wow! To Remigius rządził, a nie Timothy.
Why did he do this to you?
I will tell you. I will tell everyone.
Do you have a witness?
Father Remigius, Prior of Shiring.
Where is Timothy?
Dead.
What they told you is true. Bishop Waleran wanted the jongleur Jacques Cherbourg dead. He ordered our Prior James to frame him. And so he did.
This is a lie!
Is it?
James lost his mind because of what he did for you. He was about to tell everyone the truth. And then you ordered me to kill him.
Nonsense!
Let him speak.
I couldn't do it. I hit him, but he died in the
Czyli
fire.
zginął. No dobra.
Jack saw him. It was him. I found the bones after the fire, and I buried them.
Wszystko jasne.
You should put an end to this, Henry. You really should.
Why would I?
Bo się
You should stop
boi.
this for your own sake. You knew about all this.
Why would I care if that jongleur lived or died?
Your brother cared. The jongleur survived the sinking of the White Ship. He saw how your brother's men killed the king's family so that he could take the throne.
This is preposterous.
Bishop Henry and King Stephen ordered us to kill the man.
Wszyscy
You want the
winni.
truth? That's the
Wszyscy.
truth. Right there.
Wszyscy skorumpowani.
Waileran is a liar.
A więc Jona
Regan Hamley.
doznała olśnienia.
I have waited long enough for this day. It is time I raise my voice. The woman, Ellen, she spoke the truth. 3 men were responsible for the death of the jongleur. James, the prior of Kingsbridge. The sheriff, my husband, Percy Hamley. But it was Waileran who was behind it. And only Waileran.
No!
He had heard rumors about the White Ship, about our king.
Czyli jednak
He had
Bishop
hoped to
Henryk
win the king's favor
nic nie wiedział?
by hanging an innocent man.
But it was not just me. They all knew.
Take him away.
W końcu jakaś sprawiedliwość w tej grze.
This is for taking my husband's life.
It was Waileran.
Oh, we did it! It's over!
Yes, it's over.
Thank you, Lady Hamley.
This monk must learn his lesson.
The Pope would agree. This trial is not over. Philip pleaded not guilty, but he challenged the teachings and the authority of the Church.
No i...
The ordeal of fire
Tak czy
will
siak?
take place.
No nie!
To show that the Church is not above God. To show that my brother, the King of the English, is not above God. Not we, but God shall judge this man.
No nie,
is
no
madness.
błagam was.
No! They can't do this!
Philip! No! You cannot do this!
This is now a matter of the Church, Lady Aliena. My
Come
brother, the
on.
King, and I accepted the traitor Waileran into our midst. We were fools and sinners, even if we did not know. I pray that our Lord will save Philip from these flames, for his salvation shall be a salvation for all of us sinners.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us
Light
this
the
day
fire!
our daily bread.
Spadnie deszcz, który ugasi.
Must be something we could do.
Stop this madness!
No nie mówcie, że on zmarł, słuchajcie. Waileranowi wymierzono sprawiedliwość, Filip nie przyznał się do herezji, udało ci się oczyścić dobre imię ojca Jacka, Aliena wybaczyła Filipowi doprowadzenie do upadku jej rodziny, Jonathan wreszcie poznał prawdę o swoich rodzicach, Filip został skazany na spalenie na stosie. What? Zostawię was z cliffhangerem, słuchajcie. Krótki ten odcinek, ale zostawię was z cliffhangerem, bo nie wiadomo, czy ten Filip zmarł, czy nie. Może w końcu doszło do cudu i zaczął padać deszcz po tylu miesiącach suszy, który ugasił te płomienie. I stwierdzą, że Bóg go uratował. Zostawię was z tym cliffhangerem. I w następnym odcinku kończymy Filary Ziemi. Trochę mi szkoda, bo bardzo mi się ta gra podoba. Mam nadzieję, że wam również. Także do następnego. Trzymajcie się. Elo.